Hello everyone. Today I'm going to tell you something new. Let's start with management because I've been dealing with economic and social issues for some time now. So I thought let's provide you some knowledge about management as well. We're going to start with the first lesson on management. And as I told you in the last lesson on introduction to management as to how I'm going to deal with management. So the first lesson will be on introduction to organization behavior and organization theory, as well as the differences and interrelationships between the two. As you can see from the pictures, organization behavior is dealing with a lot of people. The primary purpose of organization behavior or the primary objective is to study people. Whereas, as you can see in this picture, the primary objective of organization theory and design is to study structures in an organization. So, ladders in this building are like structures. An organizational structure is what is studied in theory, whereas in behavior, the primary focus is people. This is the basic difference. We'll work on it in the coming slides. Let's first introduce organization behavior and organization theory. What is organization behavior? Here is a definition of Fred Luthans, a famous theorist on organization behavior and management. According to him, organization behavior is concerned with the study of behavior of people working in an organization. It involves the understanding, predicting, and controlling of human behavior and factors which influence performance of these people. So, what organization behavior is concerned about is behavior of people working in an organization. Now, what does it do? It tries to understand the behavior of people, it tries to predict their behavior and control human behavior as well as factors which influence performance of these people. So the primary focus is understanding, prediction and control of human behavior within an organization. If we break this definition down, we'll come down to three major points. Study of how people act in organizations, why they act as they do, and what can be done to predict and manage their behavior. These are the three basic or fundamental questions which are being answered through study of organization behavior. How people act in organizations. If you're working in a bank, how do you act? Are you very customer centric or are you very function centric or process centric? So, how is the answer that is given by OB, the first answer? Second answer is why they act as they do. Why are you so customer centric? Or why are you so process centric and not giving importance to the customers that are coming into the bank? So, this is the second answer that's given. And the third answer is what can be done to predict and manage their behavior. Now, how can you predict their future behavior and how can you manage? If the organization wants you to be customer centric but you are not, then how to do it? How to manage your behavior and how to predict your behavior in future. So these are the basic three fundamental questions which are being answered through organization behavior. Now let's come to organization theory. What is organization theory? It encompasses the study of structure, functioning, and performance of organizations and the behavior of groups and individuals working in organizations. So there are two activities here being performed by organization theory. First is study of structure, functions, and performance of organizations as a whole. So organization theory helps us to understand what is the structure of an organization. Is it very steep or is it flat? What kind of structure is more beneficial for the organization? What kind of pyramid it is? Is it inverted or not? So these are the different pyramid shapes that you can have in an organization. So it helps us to study the kind of structure the organization has and what should be the structure of an organization. Functioning. How does an organization function? If there are two individuals sitting at two different ends of an organizational pyramid, then how do they communicate? So this is an example of how does an organization function, right? If you are an assistant manager, if you want to talk to another assistant manager on another individual in the same organization and at another place, how do you do that? So these are the functioning parameters and also the performance of organizations. Now you will see that the definition also has behavior of groups and individuals. So you will say that organization behavior also did the same thing. It studied the behavior of individuals. The difference is organization theory is studying the behavior of groups as well, rather than just studying the behavior of individuals. Secondly, it does not study the behavior of individuals and groups in isolation. It tries to link the behavior of individuals and groups with the kind of structure, functioning, and the process that the organization has as a whole. And then it studies the interrelationships. So, organization theory includes some parts of organization behavior as well. Let's come to the second point. Serves as guidelines to managers in designing the organizational structure for greater effectiveness. So it helps the managers to decide the organizational structure. If you're starting up the new organization, you have to answer these questions. Do you want an inverted pyramid? Do you want your organization to be steep? Do you want it to be flat? What kind of communication system do you want in an organization? Do you want it to be very easy, where anyone can communicate with anybody, or do you want it to be very strict? Let me take an example. For example, Facebook. If you have seen the uh, primary office of Facebook in US in the TV, you will have noticed that the CEO Mark Zuckerberg sits at the center of the entire building in an open area where he can talk to all the employees. Where he can see what the employees are doing, and the employees can also do the same. So this is an example of a flat and a structureless organization. So this is how an organization structure can be designed, and it is the managers who have the responsibility of doing it. So organization theory helps them understand what is the best structure for an organization. Third point is how individuals and groups behave in different organization structures and environments, the same as I explained above. Let's see the Venn diagram of organization behavior in theory. There are many differences between theory and behavior. As you can see, the colors are also different. So there are many areas where they have different functions, but there are certain overlaps also where the colors are the same. So organization behavior has certain areas where it helps in understanding some parts of organization theory, and similarly, organization theory also has certain areas where it helps understand some parts of behavior. So there are differences, but at the same time, there are interrelationships as well. Let's look at the difference. Firstly, OB, organization behavior. We'll refer it as OB, and organization theory as OT. So organization behavior is concerned solely with people. It studies the behavior of people in organizations. Second, organization behavior is micro-analysis of individual units in an organization. It is not a macro-analysis, it is a micro-analysis of individual units. On the other hand, organization theory is a macro-analysis of organization as a whole. It studies the organization as a wholesome rather than studying subparts of an organization. The major difference is organization theory is concerned with structure, processes, and performance of various units within an organization. So, organization behavior was dealing with people, whereas organization theory is dealing with structure, processes, and performance of various units. Organization theory studies interrelationships between people and structures in an organization and its impact on organizational effectiveness. So, there are certain differences between the two, but there are certain interrelationships as well. So, a closer analysis of organization behavior and organization theory will tell us that the difference is not very meaningful, because it is rare that an organization can be structured and designed without regard to the people and business processes. So, what you will find out is there are certain differences, but it's very rare that you can study both these studies in isolation, because you cannot have an organization without people. Similarly, it is quite rare that one can study and understand behavior in organizations without understanding the required relationships and structure within which that behavior takes place. So the structure is equally important to be as important as the people are. Therefore, these interrelationships tell us that organization behavior and theory, though different and separate, have a lot of things in common. Let's move to the next slide. The first lesson as well, but I wanted to do it again so that you understand the differences now between organization behavior and theory. If you will read all this, you will realize that organization behavior is dealing with individuals. It is dealing with uh, issues related to individuals. Firstly, individual behavior and personality. These are all individual questions. Perception of individuals in an organization. What are the values of people? What are the attitudes that different people have? What kind of learning do individuals have? What motivates individuals? What kind of communication do individuals have in an organization? What is the leadership pattern that you have? Authority. What kind of authority, power, and politics is being played or is being uh, seen in an organization? And how does, let's come to organization theory now. First is organization structure. As we have discussed over time in this same slide, what is the kind of structure that an organization has? We study that in organization theory. Second, the kind of culture that an organization has. Third, what are the goals of an organization? What is the level of effectiveness? So, in all these things, we're dealing with organization as a whole and not subcomponents or micro-analysis of individuals in an organization. Similarly, change, stress management, and we will study all these things through various organizational theories which have developed over time. You must have heard about Henry Fayol, Taylor, so all these Fred Luthans, so all these Fiedler, so all these different theorists have contributed towards the study of organization theory by commenting something or the other on these things. So we will study that through various theories and theorists. In the next slide, I'm going to start with organization behavior. I'll give you an introduction about organization behavior, about Henry Fayol's idea of processes of an organization behavior, and then I'll move on to each component separately in a different slide. Goodbye.